All right. That stuff. Cool beans. Pull up phone. In app stuff is up soda spritz. Yeah, my desktop client for Discord on Linux updated poorly, and I'm not bothered to fix it. I'm gonna wait until they patch it because for whatever reason it decides that it's not rendering. That's thank you, Simon. Got up. All right. iThop was here. Botany Lee Farnsworth. Thanks. Hello, hello. Yeah, today's release day. A year and some change after my last official release. Took a little time. Probably a bit more than I would have cared. Quick test, make sure it's working. Perfect. All right. So we can walk today. We're going to quick track breakdown. 5. So for those that have been coming around, 2085 was to offload things off of my computer, self-contained devices, so I didn't have to worry about producing on software that may or may not work on Linux, right? Bitweek is working fine, but maybe one day it breaks. Maybe Faceplant stops working, whatever. Like all my tools that I generally like to use, maybe one day break on Linux. I'm SOL because support is super limited. So I buy the Hydrosynth. Then it turns out that recording and sending MIDI back and forth from Reaper kind of sucked. So we went back to Bitwig and then realized, hey, Bitwig's working good. Some patches came through. They're working on it. Worth paying my money for. So 2085 was me playing around with synth patches from here and really exploring like rendering stuff out to files and then leaving those files. And just fun with synthesizers like this. You can get some fun sounds out of it. And they like, one of the cool things about this is it's got a analog setting and they fake analog drift between oscillators. I forget how they do it. I read it somewhere, but it has a nice quality that makes it sound kind of vintage. So we started playing with that. Without further ado, go here. So what this track generally has a ton of is recorded material. I guess we could probably start from the top down. Obviously, we have my whole drum rack that I think I've talked about before during the Accelerant track breakdown. But if we haven't, we have a MIDI channel here. So primarily, this is using the sampler Superior Drummer 3 as the baseline. I've built this preset that I like a lot where I can tweak each individual component and have all of its different channel routings in a way that makes sense. The instrument sends its signals to different channels. There are a ton of busing groups, but ultimately it's hats, overheads, hats ambience, kicks, kick overhead, kick ambient, snare overhead, ambient. It's all split up. Each individual channel is being processed differently. So if we look at, say, the kick bus, we've got a whole subsection. We have a synth. We've got the sample. We've got the other sample, and then I've muted the sub because you can get it. Same with the snare. There's a synth component, top component, bottom component. Anything that's sample related, we're using envelopes to kind of control how it plays for its attack and its decay and everything. Not to go into the minutia and all this, because each bus just has different effects for balancing, consolidation. All of that gets summed up into a drum bus. That drum bus is, it's got a little bit of saturation, mostly as a clipper, like a soft clipper, hard clipper, but just to add some warmth and color shape. So that's the drums. We also have a little fun set of drums. That's, if I remember correctly, the Lin drums. I'll tell you. I believe so. Yeah, so the Lin drums. Very classic 80s drum kit. It didn't end up getting used a whole lot. I think I just used the snare just to get that gated snare in there. And here we go. So one thing that's characteristic about the 80s is they used a lot of gated snares. So when the note's no longer playing, the synth gate cuts. So, the reverb gate cuts it out. You get this nice wide sound that then tightens up really. You layer that up with the actual drums during the builds, it evokes that 80s feel, old synthy feel. Down. This is the section that I probably had the most work in first. This would be the synth bus. And the stabs were fun to write. I think this was where the track started, right? And I was smart. I kept the MIDI for the things that I bounced to audio. So if I ever need it again, I don't have to go recompose anything. I just have the MIDI right there for some notation. I'll be perfectly honest. I was listening to Push It to the Limit, kind of mimicked the chord structure, and then pitch shifted it. And then I did some like slight arrangement. But it is heavily influenced by the Push It to the Limit synth riff. Here we have the ARP, another patch within here, and these were all just kind of out of the box patches. Didn't do any really crazy changes to this. I might have thrown some effects on it. Yeah, I did like some compression after I was done. We have a second copy of that, just a different patch, just to give it a little bit of width. So that's that spread out side. Who's texting me? Destiny notification. Play them together. They have a really nice texture and color. And all of this crap is being bussed and eventually limited. Maybe. Oh, right, because I was having artifact. No, I definitely did. Okay, pro limiter at the end. Let's see. And then again, bass loop, little riff. I think this one I did a little bit of tweaks to, started a patch and built it out. Classic eighth note riff. It's that little plucky bit. You hear it a lot in those action movies where somebody is like running around and being all sneaky and stealthy. And probably because just the way that the sequencers worked back then, it was easy to just program and put it together. One thing that was nice is while I was recording, and this is something that was really hard to do, is I would have to do a lot of automation by hand before I like commit to an idea. And using this device forced me to, because I had to bounce things to audio, really had to force everything down to commit my choices. I'll record a couple times, do some knob tweaks, right? Tweak the filter some, tweak an envelope, do whatever. And, forcing myself to write it to file meant that I committed ideas more. Comes with its own trade-offs because you can't there's no Control Z button once you have the audio kind of rendered. So you have to commit, but it's good about committing ideas. I see a good question. Mr. Human, hey Devin, that's actually funny. Where did Locknar come from? Is it from the heavy metal anthology? Yes, it is. I saw that movie probably 10 years ago. Probably 15. Goodness, 15 years ago. It was awful. No, but I saw that movie. I found it incredibly charming. The Locknar was the titular evil entity that tied all the anthology together. I thought it was a fun name. And really, I just grabbed it because around that time, I was switching things up. I was tired of releasing under my own name. I had some contractual stuff I didn't want to run into with an old agent. And I was really disillusioned with just music making. So I picked a name kind of at random, pseudo-random. I always liked the character, whatever. It was evil, blah. And I could just borrow it and do. Yeah. Locknar became the name. Then I just kind of adopted the whole thing as my name going forward. And anywho, what else? I think this was something that never got used. Yep. I did a nice synth riff. It just never really fit anywhere. It was listful, but it went nowhere. So didn't really want to use it much. Did keep this. This was a nice not harmonic. I think it was just a layered oscillator or sync. Nope, not that one. How are you? Yeah, nice little background element. Starts tying everything together. Simple synth lead. Did some light playing, light control. Rebrands, people. It wasn't even like a rebrand because it wasn't like I was trying to sell more music. I think it actually, some will argue, some of my old friends would say that was a terrible decision because Devin Martin had some recognition at the time, but I really wasn't happy with how things were going. So I needed to force myself to have a different. But anyway, this was a fun sound that never got used. I probably won't use it, but I still have the. It's just heavy, big and angry. It fits nowhere. I would have to probably pull it back a lot and layer it with something else, but it was a cool. I'm missing some Locknar. Bass. It's got it. On the Hydrus. 1 second. Okay. Here we go. There was an ice cube plop in glass. We are just messing with the speed. Has a almost clock quality. We've got a soft delay with space and heavy mix, and then just cranked the whole thing through the compressor to smash it up. Basses here. So bass work is a disaster. I think this was one of those I learned a lot kind of things where I decided to do. I was experimenting and making bad choices along the way, and there are things I'm going to consider while writing next time, particularly because I'm committing sounds to waves early. I need to have good sonic quality early on so I can balance it. Trying to force shit into places really, but we have a ton of different basses. Got drop bass 1. Nice crunchy Reese thing. It was fun too because these whole sections have a ton of variety to them. I can kind of play around with element and find bits of the recording that I. This is another benefit to just playing and jamming and finding things. I play here. We had 4 comp takes, each with different varietals. Could argue that that's a good sketching playground for discovering it. What other types of music genres would you like to experiment with? Well, I thought, what? I probably want to get back. I'm very bipolar in my taste. I'm either going to be making something wildly aggressive and over the top, or I'm going to go wildly chill and introspective. I probably would like to do another chill album one day, along the lines of insert album cover here. I love stuff like Amon Tobin, Uncle, Scattle, I could go through a lot of people, DJ Shadow, RJD2, a lot of like sampler based people make good listening music, not good dancing music, good listening. Good for like cruising around in the car or whatever. But I would like to go back to some chill stuff. I probably will do electro house again once in a while, but I think as a genre, I kind of found that I'm spent there. There's not a lot of fun places to explore. I'd have to think. I'd have to think about it. It may be a challenge. If I were challenged or commissioned to do like out of my wheelhouse, compose something more orchestral, for example, sit down and really try and hammer out a small score for a project, I fun. Would still have synthesizers and stuff in it, but it would have almost no like percussion in the way that I'm used to. What do you think of LDR? That's supposed to level. Oh, Love, Death, and Robots is awesome. I have not seen the 4th season yet. I'm saving it for this weekend. That's one of my favorite anthologies. I love shorts and short anime. So when LDR came around, those guys picked all the cool. I think Secret Level was okay. I liked the Armored Core one. I liked the Warhammer 40k one, but I think 40k was done better by the amateur with Astartes, and Astartes 2 is in delayed production. Now it's owned by Games Workshop. A lot of it felt more like trailers for games. I don't know. It didn't quite have the juice that LDR has, and I think that's mostly because they choose short stories that are really. But yeah, Love, Death, and Robots. Super fan. I even bought like a T-shirt knockoff merch of the logo because I just think. What else? Go over. All right, back to base work. So when I did these recordings, you have this section. You have these sections where I kind of noodled around a lot and then picked things that I really. So here, for example, this was the Chuggy synth. has different processing. That was pretty simple. Eighth note pluck, light FM synthesis, and I don't know if I saved the patch. I don't think I did for that one. But that was a fun little sketch. All of these, by the way, have tons of processing, mostly for balance and corrections, because I didn't really design them well up front. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I know that the suppression does mess things up sometimes. It's because I'm not wearing my headphones and I have to have suppression on. Otherwise, it bleeds through like crazy because ears are there and here. I'll try to keep my face closed. What else do we got? So, chunky bass, same thing, another Reese bass alternative. Sawtooth, lots of detune. I think I was playing around with the mutators a lot on this one. Mostly messing with harmonic sync and blending the dry wet to get that kind of vibrato feel. Almost all of these, by the way, have some vibrato on them. I've come around to, instead of using detuned waves to make a sound have that movement, I actually like the sound to be more center built and just do the vibrato for the entire thing. It gives it a lot. It's a tighter and more easily distorted sound base. This was a good little bit. It's that little backup piece. Little bit of blending between the two. See, yeah, and that just about covers it. One thing though that I really liked, and this is where the track I think came together and probably got a little overcomplicated, was this lead that I put together in. Pretty sure it's just Justice League. Oh no, something else. This is a modified preset. I know I did not keep this the same, but it has a lot of movement and intrigue to it. I threw some pretty aggressive distortion on top. Where did I do that? Yeah, I threw a fat trader in there somewhere. So for this, it's interesting. I don't have the playing skills because I did this on the piano. I played the melody, I tightened it up in arrangement. To give it all of that character, this is all manually drawn pitch bend. I went in, used the microtonal changes to just give it all of that pitch bend. Because without it, it becomes pretty flat. Play it. So I delete it. Yes. So that's like okay, but it's missing that like the bendiness. So this is like somebody on a keytar wailing their heart out and they're hitting that pitch bend, just flicking it all over the place, giving it a lot of love. And that bendiness gives it that more acoustic quality. And I really enjoy putting that together. It's subtle, but it gives it so much life. One thing I did here too, and this is more of a technical thing that I think was a useful adjustment. Not Faceplant. FabFilter just put out FabFilter Pro Q4, their next update. And one thing that I found very useful here is their spectral controls. It allows you to do spectral sidechaining within the plugin, and Bitwig's got some of this too, and I need to re-explore how they implemented it. But I'm just used to these, and I like them a lot. And what I was able to do, I wanted that synth lead really present in the song. And I wanted to play all of that big loud bass stuff, but also keep that synth present. And so I used this almost like spectral side chaining. All the bright elements that start to overlap. And I'm gonna play the basses by themselves in the part where that's not playing. Parts that you already heard. Parts that you already know. Nope. So you've got big, bold, loud. You'll notice that when the lead comes back in, it becomes muted. You can hear a bit of that like comb filter that's happening. That's the spectral compression. Let's see. So as the synth is playing, it's pushing down all of these individual spectral bands to let it cut through the mix more. And when it's all played together, you don't really notice. Like, if you're listening for it, you might pick up on it, but it lets that synth be the big part of the show. So... if you didn't have the spectral, we'll call it spectral compression because that's about all I can describe it as. If I didn't have that, the mix, there would be too many elements competing for the limiter and the different stages through the, because there is some gain staging happening here. It's really just clipping, lopping off peaks as it goes and sums upward so that the mix is nice and low. The only other things that are useful now, and I do this for a lot of anything that's an aggressive sound that is basically maximal lifts, maximal energy hitting the headroom. I hard duck that to the drums, and I do that manually. When the MIDI triggers, there is a duck that fully ducks it to let the kick through and really quickly gates it back up, and I dial that to in a super aggressive side chain compression method. It's a little bit more precise for my needs and allows me to have a really tight compression or tight dynamic side chain. But yeah, that's 2085. A lot of you guys are regulars, so you've seen this before. I've been working on it on and off fall. Holy shit, who's noticed $20, so thank you. I'm gonna guess Simon probably said, hey, sponsored by Simon. Oh, you'll bet. Yep, it was sponsored by Simon. Thank you, Simon. We appreciate it. But yeah, all good stuff. I hope it doesn't take me a whole nother year to release another song. We're going to be better about that. We mostly got a new next tapes done, so that's going to come out shortly. And yeah, I'm more comfortable in my working environment. I got this new toy, the X Key, which I'm going to be talking about a lot because I think this thing is sweet. I've got this, which is a really fun way to force me to write things more quickly, and I have all these presets built out that like work well. Excuse me. Anyway, questions. If anyone's got questions about the track, the mix, technicals, bullshit, who cares? Ask away. We are hanging post-release Twitch while I'm checking Spotify for. Yes, it. The algorithm. I need streams. Oh, good. Application error. Try that again. Yeah, I need to penetrate their discovery algorithm so I can start putting it up for more discovery. The only shit that keeps getting pumped is the MPN stuff, and I need to push the new. Got Spotify, save it, add it to your favorite playlist. And if you really want to support, obviously go pick up a copy of the track. Beatport links in the Beatport links are everywhere, or at your favorite retailer. But Beatport's nice because all the DJs use it. So if it ranks up there, DJs find it, DJs play it. Hooray. Yeah, okay, we are at 281 streams. That's good for day one. That'll pick up tomorrow because of release radar, so everybody will start seeing it. Hey, you follow Locknar. Oh. Oops, let's not open. Sorry if it's annoying, but apart from next tapes, is there anything else you want to do MPN OST? Probably not. Because the next tapes was the thing. It's like, hey, it's been a few years. There's some tracks that have some life to them that be fun to approach with a different mindset. And I think we found like the 4 or 5 that we were going to do and pretty happy with it. But outside of that, there's not much to do. Until I get a phone call about like the next Madness project, I probably won't have a lot to do with Madness again for a while. Yeah, because like they're working on other projects, they're working on other games, and Madness ain't my main thing, believe it or not. I know it's not what Spotify says, but no, it was a good project, but I think we're kind of done with it for now. Shit, we got like a vinyl release out of that. That's wild that's able to happen. But yeah, maybe unless I did some remixes of the softer stuff and made just different like alternate versions of those, there's a lot of samples are missing. And I used Omnisphere a lot. I don't have that. And I used there's a couple synths Massive, that's long gone. And all of those project files are like semi-corrupt anyway. Ableton hates opening up old projects, so it's kind of hard for me to go. Swain and Matt, yeah, Giving Tree. They are working on stuff. I have seen some, not even like I haven't seen gameplay yet, but I saw some of the concept art and some of the in-game art, and it's like they have a cool, weird thing that they're doing that's not what they've done before. And I'm not doing music for them, but that's because they've got a particular sound in mind. That's like, I don't want to give out too many details because it's not mine. But more acoustic oriented, and they found some people and they're happy with it. I might do some sound work for them as they get towards the end, but we'll see. That's all dependent on how they're feeling. It would be better to make visualizers. It would be better to make better visualizers for songs that are on YouTube. I agree. Time and money. It's either time for me to go make new shit, which is a haze. Also, the original visualizers, Matt made those with in-game assets, so those are all good. The ones I uploaded, except for the broken one, those are good. But who cares? It's YouTube visualizers. Go, I don't know. Make your own if you want better ones. It's not a Madness game. Now, the next one's not a Madness one. Dude, they were so burnt out. The creator of Madness was like, dude, I need a break. He's still working on cartoons and other shit, but he needed something else to do. And Swain absolutely was cross-eyed after 7-8 years of putting that shit together. It was hard. So I think they wanted to do something creatively different, and they're having fun with it. And I think they earned it. They worked their ass off. Mix of all the songs in this video. Could do that. Again, why? I don't know. I guess some people just want to have a playlist that is uninterrupted. But I'd have to mix that all together, and I guess that wouldn't be terrible. But then it's also like, am I just rehashing the same content over and over again? It's already bad enough getting clips from these streams and turning them into reels and shorts and shit. It's total recycling. But that's because I don't have the energy to make 1,000 shorts to keep the internet happy with the algorithm. But yeah, I wouldn't like. How many times could I repost Madness stuff just to promote Madness stuff that I made a while ago? And it's doing fine. It's crushing it. YouTube and Spotify both. I have great numbers on that OST. I don't need any help putting out any more. I need the new shit to be doing better. I need the new shit to be doing those numbers. But that takes time. So we have to build it up. Mixwell thing. The $20 more than the weekly income of songs. Absolutely. The sum total, I think it's like, I get about what? A couple 100,000 plays a month. Heck. How long will be the stream? This one will be a little short today. We just, hey, we're 2085 day. Go check out 2085. You don't have to stare at me, all day. This was just more of a, hey, thanks everybody for coming and showing up and checking out the new. For those that bought t-shirts, I'm glad you have them. I hope you all still like them. Yes, we'll do more shirts someday soon. No, I don't know when. Maybe June, maybe July. We'll find out. But yeah, no, everyone's been super helpful. I feel stupid asking these. Don't feel stupid. I'm happy to answer. I'm glad you're here asking me stuff. Shows that you like my stuff enough. Like, don't feel stupid. You like my stuff, which means you're a certified genius, according to Acme. Thank you, Matt Jolly, for more reels. It's been funny. So this week, the whole thing was like, put out a bunch of stuff to just keep the algorithm going. I haven't been posting reels in a while, and it's just been a ton of like staring at myself editing little clips and being like, I hate doing this. Brop. Certified Bropper. By the way, side note, for those that are part of the Discord community, links in the bio, I believe. The Brop board's got some really fun stuff in there. Got some talented artists. You guys are doing cool stuff. Got some talented musicians having some fun experiments. Really cool stuff. And I gotta tell you, the fan art of the slime dude makes me super happy. I love that you guys love that. Matt put a ton of work in that original design. He put a ton of work in him, and Lurk also put a ton of work in the new design. Glad you guys like that character. I wasn't totally sold on the idea of doing a little mascot, but a friend convinced me to do it, and it was worth it. It's good because like this face doesn't have to be there all the time. This face can sell the music. I like him. Oh, and thank you again, wife. Wife, I love you. Thank you for designing my art for my shirts. Oh, she did. I'd be asking more questions if I had a bunch of tech and had experience with music. HSJRN. Don't know. But I've been stuck with higher priorities. I'll have more questions. Oh, yeah. A-okay, man. Real life comes first and foremost. You feature some fan art. We do on the Discord with the Brop board. I might pull it up one of these days when I have to do a bullshit art day for myself, like the next artwork for the next single once I get there. But yeah, little slime dude stickers. Could do stickers because the merch release people do let you have print stickers. That might be an option too. Maybe we get some of the Discord emojis. No, that's just for the. Plus, then I'd be selling shit that somebody else has made. Tube and Jake both were very kind contributors to the Discord emojis. They're all super fun. If I started selling those, that'd be kind of shitty. Thanks, guys. Collects like $50 of sticker money. Slime Dude metal cards. That'd be kind of neat. But let's. Anywho, what else? What else can I ramble about before we close up shop here? Mini stream. Just about covered it. So thanks again, everybody, for the support. Again, like, comment, subscribe on the video. Share the Spotify link. Share the Beatport link. I'm telling you, shares are like gold in the algorithm. Share it. Everybody sees it. The more it gets shared, the more it gets passed to other people. And then hopefully it's like that cascading BS. So you're on any of those platforms. You're on the YouTube one. Like button. Big time. They like the like button. See one of my reels and like it. Just like it. Even if you don't like it. Like it. It's just what you have to do. Yes. Slimes together strong. Yes. Plans for next stream? Yep. Next Thursday. Regular time. Regular place. Make sure I don't have anything conflicting. Nope. Family should be out of town by then. Yeah, we're doing a regular stream. I'm probably going to wrap up. I'm probably going to start something new. I think the deputized, I don't have to stream, or I just have to finish that in my time. So yeah, same time, same place, 5:30. I know it's listed as 5, but sometimes work just let me. Anyway, thanks y'all again. And I